Let's get deep, going deep, Chad and JT.
Guys, first off, we are brought to you by Douglas Lubricant, the best in the biz. Guys, if you want a bone, I get it. You want a bone.
I do, yeah.
Joe wants to bone. This is an especially good product for Joe, because lube is a necessity in the room. If you want to enhance your boning experience, if you want to make things smooth, if you want to make it go in smoothly, you know, for Joe especially, you got a big hog, and you want to make sure that you get in there and you don't cause any damage.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's why you use lube. So, guys, make sure you bone and bone well with Douglas. There's lots of flavors: original, orange, strawberry, anal, and pick your best from the best in the biz with Douglas. We are also brought to you by our sponsor, MyBookie. What up, MyBookie? Thank you guys for sponsoring us. Super appreciate it. Stokers, I hope you guys are making some fire bets, especially because the holidays are upon us, and we want you guys to make some good bets. Have you ever wanted to place a bet but didn't because you're afraid to pick the wrong team? This Thanksgiving, it's finally possible for you to get 100% refund on your bet if you lose it. With the Turkey Day free play, you can bet the spread on either the Bears or the Lions. Hopefully you go Bears for Joe.
Go Bears, baby.
If it wins, you win. If it loses, MyBookie will give your money back up to $250. Whoa, guys, you literally cannot lose. It's no risk, all gravy. That's what you put on your turkey. MyBookie offers such a great product, and there has literally never been a better time to try them out. Unless your sportsbook is offering something like this, I think you should make the switch. I've never heard of a sportsbook doing a freebie like this. Dudes, I never heard of it, and I doubt I'll ever hear of this again. It's crazy. Guys, these guys are trustworthy, fast, and helpful, so I know they're good for it. New to sports betting and have lots of questions? That's okay too, guys, because MyBookie's patient customer service can walk you through any questions you have about how betting works. Sign up this week, and MyBookie will give you a 50% deposit bonus to jumpstart your bankroll. It's a great way to bank even more money when you win. Log on to MyBookie right now and use promo code DEEP to get 50% deposit bonus. That's promo code DEEP. You don't need a promo code for your Turkey Day free play. If you lose, we'll credit the money back into your account automatically. What are you waiting for? Sign up today and don't miss out on the gravy train at MyBookie! ! Thank you, MyBookie. What's up, Stokers of Stoke Nation? This is Chad K coming in, Kroger, whatever you want to say, of the Going Deep with Chad and JT podcast. This is episode 45?
I think so.
45 with my dog, compadre, Jean Thomas. What up?
What up, dog? How you doing?
Good, dude. Good. I was sprinting this morning at the gym, and then I looked at navigation, and it was like, you gotta leave now, dog. So I'm all sweaty.
Oh, you didn't get to shower?
Yeah, I didn't get to shower.
Well, those pheromones are gonna make their way over to me, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, gonna make you guys horny. Speaking, we got our dog in the audience in the pod today.
In the house.
The man himself, masculinity incarnate, Big Joe. What up?
Yeah, you're welcome for me being here. I'm starting out cocky this morning, so
I got it coming heavy because
with what?
I drove Joe over here. You know, we're roommates.
Yeah.
Okay, when he didn't sleep a lot last night because he said he had too much pressure to wake up early to do the pod. We're recording the pod early in the morning, which is different for us. And Joe has never been louder in his life than on the drive over here. When he's tired, he doesn't get more quiet. He gets loud. He's taking calls from Toyota, just screaming at the guys like, "Nah, I've been driving less. I
wasn't mad. I just, because they're asking me, why haven't you been in for, yeah, it's been about 5 months you've been in for service. I'm like, well, I'm not putting as many miles as I was.
Good, stick it to them. They're just trying to take your money.
Yeah. So I could come in for a $50 oil change, trying to get me on that.
Dude, those oil changes are ridiculous. Like, that's going to be $70, and you're like,
for pouring the can.
Man, I just need to watch a YouTube video and just like learn that shit, but nah.
That's true.
No, it takes too much time.
Yeah.
All I got to do is watch the YouTube video. I've never learned something from a YouTube video, except for how to tie my tie and how to put my boxing wraps on.
Dude, everything's on YouTube. It's replacing college, dude. I've learned way more from... I don't remember anything from college. Do you ever talk to people that are like, yeah, my favorite professor in college? I'm like, you remember one professor's name from college?
None.
None. I never talked to them. I studied philosophy. They're like, who's your favorite philosopher? I'm like, dude, next question.
Yeah, Kelly Slater.
Yeah.
Dude, you're good at teaching yourself stuff from YouTube, though.
Oh, thanks, man.
Because you'll, like, teach, like, editing tricks and stuff like that. And then when I can't figure out a computer thing, you're like, YouTube it. I'm like, Chad, you might as well have told me to never find out the answer.
Nice.
I'm like,
Well, I became way more interested in learning after college.
right.
Like, once I got out of college, I was like, man, learning is fun. But while I was in college, I think maybe because people were trying to tell me to learn, I was like, fuck.
I was the same way.
I didn't learn anything.
Yeah.
My brother used to tell me that when teachers would assign me books, I'd read other books by the author.
Joe, what'd you study?
I studied drinking and eating. I
Which did you major in?
majored in eating, minored in drinking. Well, yeah, I mean, I went to University of Iowa my freshman year of college. Didn't declare a major. Put on about 30 pounds.
Nice.
in
We've
a
seen
year.
some of the photos.
Yeah, I just went after it.
How'd you lose all that weight?
I basically quit drinking, and then started eating a normal human amount instead of this was me. Back then, I would, you go out drinking, then you go to a food place after.
Mm-hmm.
I would go to 2 food places. I would eat, and then I'd be like, oh, I think I should eat more.
Mm-hmm.
Just because.
Yeah.
Right.
I already had a gyro, so I might as well just chase it with a grilled cheese.
Did you have like a reputation amongst your friends for being like the most prodigious eater?
Oh yeah, it was savage. Yeah, I mean, it was nuts. Yeah.
Did it set you up? Now you do food reviews on Instagram, Joe Eats. Did it at all set you up for that?
Possibly. Yeah. I mean, I always had that love for food, and it brings joy. So
You would have made a great Sopranos character, just eating with Tony,
yeah, for sure.
just like Joe eating.
If you guys were in The Sopranos, who do you think you'd be?
I'd like to be Paulie. I don't think my personality
hair?
Yeah, you kind of got
What?
the flow. You could,
Yeah. Oh, thank you guys
could
so
do it.
much. Yes.
except for the balding. He's pretty bald.
Yeah. Why the flow, his attitude, his laugh. I can't. Can you do it?
I think that's it.
People used to tell me that I looked like AJ.
Oh yeah, you
back
do a
in the
little
day,
bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard he was a real moron, like in real life.
Well, yeah, and his character sucked.
I heard they
too,
made the
yeah.
character moron because that's what he was like.
Maybe he'd try to act. They'd be like, just be yourself.
I met one of a guy who's a little person who was in an episode of The Sopranos, and they shot it. He was like the nightclub concierge or something, where AJ's at the nightclub. And I asked him, I was like, "Oh, you were in that nightclub scene with AJ?" He's like, "Yeah, we shot it there because he partied there every night." So the director was like, "We'll just go to where you are."
Nice. Yeah.
Who would you be?
Yeah.
I could see you being Tony.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate that because growing up, my
Really?
dad used to tell me I was a lot like AJ.
Really?
Like there was
Oh,
one
dude,
scene.
that's a sick burn.
Dude, it stuck with me.
Yeah, you're not. I don't know. You're not really a Tony, I would say.
But don't you think he has that same conflict within him?
Yeah, but he doesn't have the leadership or the responsibility.
You're so full of it. I
I'm just-
am your leader.
No, I've got a couple bosses, and you're not one of them. All right, just came to a standstill. It was a good shutdown.
I thought, yeah.
Hey, take that.
Who would you be? Oh, well, we have to figure out a character. Who would you
I guess I do think Tony.
No, I could see you being
What?
like a Silvio.
Oh,
Silvio?
No, I don't. I don't
No.
see Silvio. I see who's the?
Yeah,
why, am
you're
I,
kind of sneaky and
How
What?
am I sneaky?
why am I forgetting his name? The nephew.
Christopher?
I can see his.
I could be Christopher.
oh yeah. There you go. That's you.
Yeah,
I'd be Big Pussy
dude. Yes. Except I would never shoot you.
because I like big pussies. That's the only reason why.
All right, let's get into
Yeah,
it.
I could see his Polly. Well, who's
or no, I could be Bobby Bacala. I think I'd be more him.
He's too
'cause,
nice.
Yeah.
I'm pretty nice. I'm a nice guy.
You
You're
are
nice,
you are a nice
but-
guy, but you have that like bite. He doesn't have that bite.
Yeah, he's
to him.
yeah, he's
gentle.
very soft.
Yeah. He
Who's
beat the fuck out of Tony when they fought, though.
That's true. What about
Yeah.
Ralph?
Yeah, Ralph Cifaretto. I got a little Ralph in me.
What is he?
Janice, she was a wild one.
Dude,
Yeah.
Janice. Dude, what does she say? What does Ralph say to Tony before Tony kills him? He's like, you care more about that horse, but
Yeah, he goes-
you eat. What is
He
he?
goes.
Oh yeah, I forget that.
He goes, all of a sudden you're a fucking humanitarian? You eat fucking pork and beef by the truckload.
Oh yeah, because he was mad because they killed the horse,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. I forgot. I got to rewatch some.
It's a great
That
scene,
that
dude.
show is hilarious.
It's the funniest show ever, dude. It's so funny. All right, dude, guys, we have some serious questions that came in from the Stokers. This one is just going to be general conversation, not in the question section. So, Joe, a big running topic on the show has been a big running topic on the podcast has been how do you boke schmoles out of the group?
Excuse me.
Let me translate. So a schmole is like an undesirable in the group, like someone who's kind of clinging on that wants to hang out with you, but isn't anyone's favorite person, and most of the time is pretty annoying and kind of dropping the collective happiness of the group.
Yeah.
And to boke them means to kick them out or to excommunicate them. So obviously that's a hard thing to do because, you know, you're dealing with people and we're sensitive. And a lot of the Stokers are wondering, how do they boke the schmoles out of the group? How do you go about doing something like that?
Well, first off, I'd like to say I've never been that person. So
Yeah.
I feel bad if you're that person, but, you know, get cool. What can I tell you? Also, I would say you have to start out by just ignoring them. And, you know, if you're doing a group text, maybe start a side text without them. You know, establish rapport with the people that you're trying to still hang out with, and then just kind of try and ignore them until they get the hint, basically.
I think one issue with a lot of schmoles, and I think I came up with a good definition of a schmole. It's someone who reacts negatively to a mangina.
Yeah.
If you, I think you can test someone's character, and it's a good judge of character if you like mangina a dude, and they go nice, and you're like, you're a solid guy. But if they go, oh dude, what are you doing? You're like, you're not cool.
I like that. Can I add an addendum?
Yeah.
I think another identifying quality of a schmole is that when they do a mangina, it's not funny.
Yes.
Because
Too much hair or something?
just something's off. They do it, and you're like, cut it out.
That was a
Yeah.
little too Buffalo Bill-ish.
Right.
You,
Yeah,
went,
there's
you like crossed the line.
a weirdness creeps into it.
Yeah.
I can't do one.
Yeah, you're too
Well, yeah,
heavy.
Problems,
you
yeah.
got too big of a dong.
Yeah.
Yeah. It flops. It squeezes through your legs no matter what.
I can't even wear, I mean, not to get too graphic, but people tell me to wear tighter jeans, like wear skinny jeans, and I tell them I can't, and I don't go into it why, but I can't because it's
Because
pushes.
people will think you're
There's
European.
pressure. Yeah, well, yeah.
You got to write a book at some point called, like,
The bulge.
The Unforeseen Difficulties of Having a Huge Package.
The Battle of the Bulge.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Dude, so back to the schmoles, though.
Was that World War II?
Chad and I were talking about it before we hit record, and I think it's a really tough situation because you don't. For me, like the worst thing you can see is that, like, to see someone feeling left out. Have you seen someone's face when they feel left out?
It's tough, yeah.
brutal.
And it's also, have you ever, like, broken up with a friend?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done it a couple times in life. It's tough, but you have to do it.
Well, yeah, you're a good person to talk to about it because you'll actually do that.
Sometimes the person's going to keep hitting you up, and then you're just like, you just got to be like, you know what, you got to stop calling me.
Yeah, there's one issue I think a lot of Stokers have too, is that schmoles, because you're like, you want them to get the hint. A lot of them don't get the hint.
Yeah, they don't have much social
Or
grace.
they're in such denial that they're like, I'm just going to stay in it. I'm going to stay in it. Persistence, which is an issue. And I'd say I go about it the least honorable way. I just sort of ignore them, you know. But whenever I see them, I'm nice, but it's obviously fake. And ignore them. And then if they're like, hey, so, why wasn't I invited to this thing? I just play dumb. I'm like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, and
it's not truthful. I gotta say, I'm not honorable with that, but that's my method.
But I don't think there's any humane way, really, to boke a schmoll. I think the best thing you can do is just let the schmoll hang around. I think every group has a fly in the ointment, you know, someone who keeps it from being perfect.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of the bittersweet pill of life.
Or let him get upset at, like, he'll be like, well, what? Hey, I'm the only one trying at this relationship. Like, let him
Dig his own
call
grave.
you out.
Right.
Like, hey, why aren't you hit me up? And then you could man up and confront and be like, hey, see ya.
Dude, oftentimes I found whenever you actually succeed in boking the schmoll, a lot of times you kind of feel worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you successfully do it, and then you just like, oh, damn. Like I love, you know, now I feel bad.
Because it feels good to be nice.
Feels good to be nice. And then, so when you kind of keep them around, you know, it can suck, but it's like, well, I'm being good to this dude, whatever. Unless they're a complete asshole.
Yeah, but it could also be good to be honest, too. Because then,
that's true.
like what you're talking about, then you're just hanging out with them out of sympathy. It's not even, you don't want to hang out with them. You're just hanging out because you feel bad.
Yeah.
And that's
that's
bad
patronizing?
intentions. Yeah.
I don't know, though. I mean, to allow someone to be a part of your community, I think is beneficial for them. And I think that kind of takes it out of the realm of, it is patronizing, but I think overall it still does good, being good to them.
Yeah, I mean, you guys sound very holy, but I don't know if that's...
There's that Abraham Lincoln quote, this might be a reach, but like, do I not destroy my enemy when I make him my friend?
I never heard that.
But when you do feel like people are excommunicating you, man, that's rough.
When you feel left out, it's the worst thing I've ever seen.
That is loneliness.
It is like when you were in grade school and everyone's like, ditch JT.
Oh, that's funny.
Like, ditch,
yeah. Yeah.
I never felt
I know.
I never
what you
felt
mean.
more acute pain in my life.
No, it's just it's funny to me that like that stuff is like nationwide because like I remember that, you know, where I grew up. Well, I always went to Catholic schools, so I feel like bullying was kind of like you always had God on your side. So I've always felt like if I was bullied, I'd be like, you know what, God loves me, so it doesn't matter. Say what you want.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
There's actually a lot of Bible verses about dealing with bullies.
I like what you're saying, Joe. Yeah, I think bullying. I think more empathy is good, but I think you can have too much to the point where you don't make any progress as a society. Where you're just super, which is I'm too nice, you know. So you know, but I think you know people gotta learn. They gotta keep because you learn the best from failure and getting beat down, and then coming back up. You know, and you gotta have that in society. You can't just like make everyone a friggin' what's that guy in Seinfeld, Balloon Boy or something? Where they're
Bubble
just
Boy?
like, Bubble Boy, where, you know, people got to take some shit, I think. You know, you can't just be super nice to everyone. That's boring as fuck.
Nothing's finer than being in your diner.
Yeah.
That was that episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think like organized. Like I'm mean to people and stuff, but I think it's normally in the flow of my day.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah, I let people have it. I don't mean any ill will by it. I like being honest with people. Yeah, be honest with people.
My brother's crew had a schmoll, and I would always be like, be nicer to him. But then when I spent like a couple days with him, I was like, all right, you got to kill this motherfucker. Yeah. But then they would do stuff to him. Like he got his comeuppance, but they never excommunicated him. Like he would do something stupid, and then they would do something to him, you know?
Well, what do you have to do is just stop inviting people to stuff, and then they find out that you're doing stuff, and then they get mad, and then they go do their own stuff because people get the hint. Like that was, like honestly, growing up, that happened more often probably than I remember. Because it's like like I've got like my same friend group now, but growing up, I mean, I probably changed friends a decent amount, and then yeah, you just get sick of people and you stop inviting them to stuff, and then people the natural way of life is to be like, oh, okay, well they don't want to hang out with me, I'll go hang out with people that want to hang out with me. Then they go do other stuff with other people.
This guy, this schmoll that my brother had in his group, my brother and all of his friends moved off campus and got a house, and they didn't invite him to be in the house.
Well done.
So then he got an air mattress and put it downstairs at the house.
Oh, dude, that
and
is
would sleep there like every night.
Who told him to come?
Nobody. He just, they threw parties. He knew where they lived, and he brought an air mattress and stayed there. So this is a very resilient schmoll. And then one night he like fucked over my brother somehow, like he like broke my brother's door or something. And my brother scissored his air mattress.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good move.
But isn't that? But he still didn't excommunicate him. That's the big thing for me. Is they had their graduation party at the guy's house. You know what I mean?
Well, then did
Yeah.
he bring a sleeping bag after the air mattress was done?
And then his speech at the graduation, he said, "Guys, I know I bug you guys a lot, but thank you for like letting me be a part of the crew."
Wow.
Yeah, he genuinely said that.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
That's brutal.
All right, guys. If you guys let a group of men or a group of women or a group of men and women, what do you think the ideal size would be?
I wrote this down.
Less than 10.
So
Me plus 7, so probably 8.
probably 8. Why 8?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say about as many that could fit around this table right now.
So you think of it as like a kitchen dinner situation?
Yeah.
A dinner situation. How many people around the table is
Yeah,
perfect?
I couldn't lead a big organization.
Where everybody's able to talk to each other and stuff.
Yeah, I want direct contact with everyone.
In times like these, I turn to one of my heroes, John Taffer, where he's like, my grandpa told me the surefire way to success is to be the smartest guy in the room. And then he's like, but I made an addendum to that. You want to be the smartest guy in the room for what you do, but then you want to surround yourself with people who are smartest at what they do. So you create a full-on team. You know what I mean? So I think that's the kind of, I'd like to lead a team like that. I think the number would probably be around like 6 or 7, and they'd each have an elite skill: marketing, typing, beverages, food, booze, activities, romance, and conspiracies.
That's a solid squad.
Good crew.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Everyone's an expert in one of those things.
I like typing.
Typing, yeah.
But then you'd be the leader of the
Messaging.
experts,
Yeah.
you're saying?
What? What would I be a leader in?
Well, maybe your expert
I'd be-
trait is leadership.
Or sprints?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I heard that like in chimp populations, stability breaks down at like 50 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then in old nomadic human tribes, it broke down at like 150.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's tough to get like your message across. So I would go with just one, just me.
Okay.
That's bold and noble. I dig it.
Yeah, good stuff.
Just to keep it sensitive, Chad and I went to couples counseling.
We did. It was I really enjoyed it. I was nervous as fuck.
Dude, I was gonna say, you want an adrenaline rush?
Yeah.
Go into couples counseling, dude.
With one of your dogs?
With your fucking bro, dude, your
Dude.
dearest dog.
Dude, the first question. So what frustrates you the most? I'm like, Jesus, lady.
Yeah, dude, the way you repeated it to her, you went, frustrates? You were like, do I have to pick something in that category?
It's like,
Yeah.
I thought she was gonna be so gentle, just be like, just tell me about yourself. Although she did kind of lead it down that path.
Yeah.
I
but
can't believe
for-
you guys did that.
It was great.
It was good, dude. It made me nervous, but it was good. I mean, dude, we worked together
Why do you
7
need
days
a
a week.
third party? Just talk.
I think sometimes it's hard to say stuff because you're like
need
worried
a
you'll say it
facilitator.
wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And a therapist basically guarantees you that you'll say it right.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to let you get away from. They're good at knowing what you're trying to say, and they're good at knowing how you should say that.
You couldn't say to him, hey, Chad, what bothers you about me? You need somebody else to say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should do it, Joe.
I know this is a sensitive spot, but the kicker for the Bears hit 4 uprights on Sunday. Joe, you're a huge Bears fan. I know this kicker was your former beef of the week. Do you care to amplify on what I just said?
Yeah, I mean, this guy's getting a lot of airtime here. Well, yeah, I mean, it's an absolute joke. There's nothing else I could really say. It's just, I mean, they're keeping him, so I hope he improves. But
all right, news story this week. Serena Williams was named GQ's Woman of the Year, well deserved, and there's some backlash because they put "woman" in quotes.
why'd they do that?
So I guess this is one of those situations where the artist does that for everything he does. I think it's a dude. Does that for everything he does. He puts everything in quotes. Like that's his trademark. And then he was in charge of this issue, so he put "woman" in quotes. But obviously that's easily misinterpreted as like quotes is like, I don't,
Oh, she's not a woman.
She's not a woman. Yeah. And so people were pissed and they're like, really, GQ? Like in quotes, like Serena Williams, like fuck you. I think he just didn't even know that Serena Williams had ever been picked on for being manly. Like he's so oblivious. He's so in his artist world. He's like oblivious to like the media narratives around her and the way like, YouTube comments work. And he's just like, yeah, I'll just do what I always do. Put it in quotes. And then they were like, don't you understand how that's bad? He's like, no, I really don't.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe
He's too innocent.
Maybe he was aware of it, but he's like, but don't you think it'd be worse if I didn't do my trademark?
That's so true.
Yeah.
Do people say Serena's manly?
Super hot.
She could beat my ass, but yeah, she's great. I'm into her, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
She's married now with kids.
Yeah, to the guy who started
So
Reddit.
she's very much a woman, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, really?
Yes, yeah, that guy.
Her
The
age-
co-founder of Reddit, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think Serena's going to be fine. I don't think she needs all these people going to bat for her.
Yeah.
I think she's doing all right.
All right, let's get into our questions.
Nice.
Or should we do babes and beasts?
Oh, I thought we were going to do them afterwards. You want to do them before?
No, let's do questions.
Okay. What up, brothers? I've got an issue. I've been talking to this girl for ages on Snapchat, and we both liked each other, but she's super awkward. And no matter how hard I try, the conversation isn't really going anywhere. The other night, during a night out clubbing, she introduced me to her best friend, and we talked and joked about heaps. We got along really well, and I kind of felt a spark with the best friend that I haven't felt with the first girl. So now I have a crush on the best friend and don't see any future with the first girl. Do you boys have any advice on how I should go about dealing with this ish? And do you think I should make an attempt to keep talking to the best friend? Cheers. Please don't include my name.
Did the first girl, was he making progress with her? Is that?
Yeah, he says he's been talking to her for ages, but that the conversation doesn't really go anywhere. But then they went clubbing together. It's a little confusing.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there, but it sounds like the best friend is the one to go for.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like either him or the original girl really got to a place where it would be a problem for him to pursue someone else, even if that person's close to him.
Yeah, if the conversation wasn't going anywhere, what does he like feel an obligation that, oh, I'm already talking to her, so this is her friend?
Yeah, I don't think she's that into him.
Yeah,
to
it
begin
doesn't.
with.
I think you're safe there going for the best friend.
Yeah. And
It sounds like he talked it out himself on that.
And maybe if the original girl would potentially be upset by it, maybe draw it out a little bit, give it some time to breathe, and then
like slowly detach. Yeah. I also think this guy sounds like he's going pretty fast.
Yeah.
Like inside, like with how he's feeling and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'd say just slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
These things will happen. Just keep talking to the other girl, let it progress, and it'll be much more organic than it feels like it's gonna be.
Yeah. Go make a smoothie.
Yeah. Hit the gym, and then wait for love to unfold. War on Scooters. John. Dear Chad and John Thomas. First off, what's up? Stoked on the pod and truly love the bond you guys have. It's an inspiration to bros everywhere. Thank you, man. My name is John, and recently Stoke levels have taken a hit due to some unfortunate news I recently received. Living on the East Coast, I feel we as a common collective are less adaptive to new technologies and ways of life. This all seemed to change when about a month ago my city I currently reside in for schooling purposes was graced and blessed with the emergence of these two-wheeled electric steeds that were gifts from the gods. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to go through a little quicker.
Well, what do you write, a whole paragraph?
Yeah, it was long. The scooters have been banned from his campus, and he wants to get them back. This is something that we've been getting from a lot of Stokers about how the limes and the birds are not making it. Appreciate all feedback, bros. And just to remind you guys, heroes get remembered, legends never die. Boom, clap.
It's a good Sandlot, Babe Ruth. Well, here's the thing. I mean, I bet those kids weren't wearing helmets. Maybe if they were wearing helmets, then they wouldn't say, oh, this isn't safe. But they're probably just cruising around on those things, all wild and reckless. Probably one of the professors probably got breezed by one, and they're like, oh, these kids are idiots. Get them. We're not doing this crap. You know?
Sounds like you're one of the professors.
Yeah, well, put helmets on. I bet that's what I'm saying. I bet, I don't know. You guys know where I stand on these scooters. I don't like them.
Legislation takes a long time. If you really want to make your mark, purchase your own bird scooter. I think they're on Amazon or something. And just be like, well, I'm just getting my own. No matter what you guys
Yeah,
do.
that'd be interesting. If you have your own, can they tell you not to? If you're like, this is mine, I guess they could still tell you not to.
You could probably spray paint your name on it. Just be like, this is Chad's.
I think
that's kind of surprising that a college campus would ban those. You'd feel like they would be pretty open to everything.
you need to fight the fights that need fighting. Your college campus needs these scooters. You need to form a committee that works either with or sometimes against the administration to make sure that these scooters are allowed. That means having rallies, meetings, getting a coalition together, and getting local support on your side. And it might be a long, arduous process, but the fight is worth fighting. You need these scooters. Turn into the hero, legend, leader that you naturally are, and get these fucking things roving.
That was fire advice.
Does it say what school?
I'm guessing Harvard, but no.
Probably to add to that, maybe the whole coalition, they could get scooters and they'd be like, we're going to scoot no matter what. We're going to scoot no matter what. Sort of like in Braveheart.
Yeah, it could be Harvard. It's probably one of those elitist schools because they're probably like, oh, we look like trash if we're arriving around on these things. What are we, peasants? You know?
We ride fixie bikes.
Warning, kind of long. Even if you wanted to hit me up via email, that'd be tight. Sup, boys? I find myself in an interesting position and could use some solid advice. I was dating this super dope girl for a while and legit loved her. However, she switched universities and things kind of fizzled from there. She's awesome and our breakup was 100% circumstantial, so there wasn't much closure. She recently moved back to town and is showing clear interest. We dated over 2 years ago, but I am confident we would still be together had she stuck around. But for some reason, I am just not super inclined to give it a shot. Likely because there's another girl in the mix. The other girl is so incredibly dope. We get along crazy well, but I have a feeling I am becoming that really chill guy friend, and I'm pretty sure she wouldn't be down to date. She's also a freshman, and my freshman year in college as this young single was so sick. I wouldn't want to take that from her if we started dating. But the main reason I'm hesitant to shoot my shot is because I really value our current relationship, and if us dating isn't going to work out, I don't want to risk our friendship for nothing. I also might be romanticizing a relationship with her. We might just be better as friends, you know? Dog, I think you're overthinking this big time.
Yeah, whoa. I mean, this is heavy stuff.
Yeah, you're like coming up with all these like potential reasons why you might be wrong and like why you shouldn't trust your instincts. It's like, dude, you have a crush on her. You need to ask her out.
Yeah, listen to your dong in this sitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I could see the thing with the other girl and you not want, because it's been like 2 years, you just kind of, you moved on. you're young.
Yeah,
so
let
it's
that one
like-
go.
Yeah,
I didn't feel any passion from the former one.
I
you
didn't
know?
either.
yeah.
He's
So
like-
it's like she's obviously not the one if she came back in your life and you're not feeling it. So
Yeah, I think
maybe just be friends with her.
I think this dude is I think he's just scared that the relationship with this new girl won't work out. That's why he's creating all these reasons. Like the one of like, my freshman year was so dope because I was single. I wouldn't want to change that for her. I'm like, well, she's gonna decide whether she wants to be single freshman year or not. She'll tell you.
Yeah, that's weird. He sounds like, what am I gonna like? He's gonna ruin her fun.
So go for it.
Yeah, ask her out.
Release the tape from your leg and let that dong hang.
Legendary senior quote for the school yearbook. Kendall. Hey dudes, my name's Kendall and I'm a big fan of the pod. I have an urgent dilemma. So my senior quote for our yearbook is due this Friday. I haven't been able to find a quote that has enough stoke so that all the stokers could appreciate it. So this guy wants to, I'm going to skip this one as well. I'm sorry guys. This guy wants us to do a senior quote for him. And we really appreciate that opportunity.
Find the stoke within.
What do you got?
I like the line from Clear and Present Danger. I think I've quoted it before. When the president tries to get Harrison Ford's character Jack Ryan to help with a cover-up, and then Jack Ryan looks at the president and says, "Sorry, Mr. President, I don't dance."
I like that.
Joe?
What my senior quote?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's. I'm trying to think of something. Here's to the night. I don't know. What do you have?
I just do find the stoke within.
Here's to the night we felt alive. Are you going to do the rest of it, or are you just going to leave it here's to the night?
How about this? For a senior quote, make sure you don't leave high school a virgin.
Don't put that
How about
on
that?
Don't put that on these youngsters.
Why?
Because it's
They
fine.
should.
It's fine to leave high school a virgin.
Says who?
And I was prom king.
There used to be a
As a
time when people would
virgin.
get made fun of that.
Yeah.
Wait, you were prom king as a virgin?
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Well, I pulled it off.
That's not right.
I pulled it off. Winter formal
Who
king.
voted for you?
I was shocked when I didn't win 2 years in a row.
Oh, let's vote this guy who doesn't get chicks, the prom king. What do you... There should have been like a king of like dudes who don't get laid. That's you. I don't know. I couldn't think of something better. I mean, I wasn't the prom king, but I got laid on prom.
We've got some options, Kendall. All right, here's a question from John. Guys, I've had a rough one. I went to a party the other night, and this guy JC challenged me to a fight. I didn't really want to fight him, but I had no choice. He was mad at me because I had sex with his girlfriend, or ex-girlfriend rather. But a lot of guys have done that. But he chose to take it out on me. We fought in front of a bunch of people, and sadly he beat my ass. My nose was pretty fucked up. My eye was black. But I got up afterwards and went up to JC and told him I had fun fighting him, trying to be the bigger man. He then told me if I ever talked to him like that again, he'd fuck me up again. I had to hang out at the party afterwards. It was a sick party, but I don't think I had as much fun as I could have had. What do you guys think my attitude should be when I go to school on Monday?
So, well, what does he want to know?
He wants to know what his energy should be.
Well,
when
he
comes-
said it was fun fighting you. What is that? And he got his ass kicked?
I think he was trying to play it cool, like, oh, it's not a big deal. I got my ass kicked.
Dude, I think he's got to come in
I can't relate.
smiling and joking, pointing at people like, Joey, hilarious party that night. Dude, I got fucked up. Stuff like that.
Yeah, I would. Yeah,
just,
I'd play it cool.
joke-
I think that's a good way to go.
Yeah, just jokey. Or he could come in super alpha and just be like, I'm going to fuck that guy up.
Dude, that's what I would do, man. I would be super nice on the surface, and then every day after school, I'd be hitting the fucking boxing gym.
Like Rocky 3
Working on those
montage.
hands. Yeah, let this failure motivate you to never have this failure again. And it's all good, dude. We all get our asses kicked. And getting your ass kicked in front of a bunch of people, that's fuel, baby. That's a lot of fuel to put into that engine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're gonna have that in your tank, and you're just gonna like, you're gonna be in a business meeting one day, and you're gonna dominate it because you got your ass beat.
And then also ask, like, he fought you because you were the easiest one to fight. So this JC guy, like, he's a punk. He doesn't deserve any sort of credit for the beatdown he administered.
But so everyone's hooking up with JC's ex-girlfriend, so he's fighting everyone that's boning her?
I think he only fought this guy because this guy was the most easy to fight.
Yeah, see, I don't like that. That's bullshit.
Yeah, because that's not real, like, honor.
Well, then maybe he
That
should,
guy's like the easy fall guy. I don't like that.
maybe he should form a coalition of dudes who have boned JC's ex-girlfriend, and then they collectively beat his ass.
JC, that's a good fighter name. That guy sounds like he can fight.
They say
Sounds
that
like it's from a movie.
the alpha of the chimp group isn't the... he doesn't rule because he's the strongest, but because he leads a large and stable coalition.
Mark Wahlberg, an Italian Job.
Yep. All right, guys. Joe, who is your babe of the week?
Oh, thank you for asking. Susan Ward. She is an actress. I've been thinking about her recently. She's in blockbusters like The In Crowd and Shallow Hal. And she's just... she's one of the most beautiful people I've ever seen, and I'm glad that I remembered her. And I haven't seen her in anything in a while, but she was like, to me, just a straight up babe, and just so cool, good on camera, and just love watching her on stuff. She's great.
She's
JT
really...
knows who she is.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
I love it. Love it.
Chad, who is your babe of the week?
My babe of the week is Paris Hilton. There's an obvious thing. She's beautiful, but also she's a marketing whiz. And I thought I should honor her for that. You know, there's a good article I found that Paris Hilton fooled America with a baby voice and dominated. And that's what she did, dude. She came out, she disrupted celebrity culture in a way that no one had ever seen before. She dominated reality TV. People are going to be like, oh, it's from a sex tape, you know? And I'm like, well, you know, let's see your sex tape turn into $1 billion enterprise, okay? So let's see you bone on camera. I don't see them selling $2 billion in perfume after double anal, okay? So why don't you think about that? But yeah, I just wanted to acknowledge her. You know, she was great in The Simple Life. She was just, she did super well in that Carl's Jr. commercial. You best believe I got a double bacon Western cheeseburger after I saw that commercial. You best believe that. And I ate it on top of my Ford Escape Hybrid.
Nice.
In board shorts. I think, you know, she needs to be acknowledged for how smart she actually is. And good on her for all her success. And she's a DJ, too. She spins beats.
Really?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Thanks.
My baby of the week is the actor Chris Pine. He has a new movie out on Netflix this week called Outlaw King, which is like a more faithful telling of the Robert the Bruce story. In Braveheart, they kind of make Robert the Bruce a weakling who, at the end, finally gets strong and does what he's supposed to, but only after, you know, betraying William Wallace and costing him his life. And Chris Pine plays him pretty well in this movie. I'm not a big Scottish accent guy, but he kind of talks in a low voice, so you can't really tell if the accent's good or not. And I have to say, on the whole, I haven't finished the film yet, but I found it underwhelming. It's not the kind of epic I was looking for. I need more inspiration. I need bigger set pieces of just flaming balls and broadswords. That was the other thing. In Braveheart, it's broadswords. In this movie, it's regular swords. So you're saying, why make him your babe of the week then? Because it doesn't sound like you're that enamored with the film or the performance.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you why. He dropped dong.
What?
He flashed dong in the movie.
What?
It's a wide shot, as far as I can tell.
You looked at it?
And you don't really see the dong that well. I tried, and you can't really make out much about the dong. But any A-list actor, and I consider Chris Pine A-list, who flashes dong, especially if he doesn't have a big dong, and normalizes dongs being out and not being at their strongest, I think is healthy for, you know, positive male sexual body positivity. And I thank you, Chris Pine, because a lot of guys won't do that. You drop dong. And as a guy who learned to love his body by dropping dong, I appreciate what you're putting out there on a huge platform like Netflix. So, Chris Pine, you're my babe of the week. Thanks for dropping dong.
That was amazing.
Joe, who is your... Thank you. Joe, who is your legend of the week?
Kind of a genre of music.
Yes.
Does that work?
Yeah.
I grew up on 90s alternative rock, and I love it to this day. I still listen to it regularly. Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Alice in Chains, The Offspring, so many more. Stone Temple Pilots. To me, that's some of the best music ever made, and all those guys, I mean, a lot of them are, they're dead now, which is very sad, but they made incredible music that I'll probably listen to my whole life. I'll probably be an old man listening to 90s alternative rock. I love it.
Can you give us a few cuts?
You want me to sing some tunes?
Or can you say a few of the song titles and we can reminisce about them?
Yeah, I mean, sure. Like Alice in Chains, Wood, great song. Stone Temple Pilots, Wicked Garden is one. Pearl Jam, Nothing Man, Nirvana, In Bloom, Lithium, all those, yeah.
Awesome. You're a historian.
The Offspring, Self-Esteem, great song.
One of the best songs ever.
Yeah.
It's a big range. Chad, who is your legend of the week?
My legend of the week is this guy. He's a French dance artist, Salif Lasource. I think that's how you say it. He's blown up on Instagram. You guys may have seen The Rock shared a video of him. I think Chris Brown shared a video of him. A lot of big names shared videos of him dancing. He's this dancer. He just dances all around Paris. He loves Michael Jackson, I saw him dancing like Michael, and I'm like, damn, dude, you really got Michael locked in, and I totally respect that. And he's just blown. He's like 1.4 million followers now. He was on Ellen last week, dancing like Michael. And yeah, Stokers, if you want some uplifting videos of a talented dude dancing like Michael, sort of like the next Michael, except I don't know if he can sing, check out Salif_Crookboys with Z at the end. This guy is smooth. He's dancing around Paris. All these videos make you feel good. Every time I watch him, I'm just like, damn, I'm in a good mood, I really like that. It's very inspiring. Just smile on his face, dancing in public. What could be better than that? Not much. And he dominated on Ellen, so I just wanted to acknowledge him for, having fire moves and just, taking the world by storm by just dancing in the streets.
Dancing in the streets.
My legend of the week is Vortrees.
Nice.
Vortrees is a bro of all of ours. He's been teaching me how to box for a couple years now. The guy's got hands. When he hits the bag, when I'm with him, it moves. He's quick, explosive, hard-nosed, funny guy, softball coach of Joe's.
We won a championship together.
He brought out the best in you on the field.
Yeah.
And he played like a man possessed. Mm-hmm. I went to your guys' championship game, and he slid into home plate head first and took out the catcher's knees. It was a violent act of determination.
I thought there was going to be a torn ACL there.
I thought he went a little too far on that one. But I respected the motivation to win and to put it all on the line and to not be afraid of the consequences.
Yeah, especially me being already hurt. Him laying it out like that, sacrificing his body, it's inspiring.
He's a great guy. He's always inspiring, super smart and funny. And he's got a dark sense of humor, which a lot of the legends of the week have. And what I mean by dark is like when you're confronted by like the horrible stuff that life does to you, instead of giving you like an optimistic outlook, he'll just be like, yeah, you're fucked. And then we hit the mitts. Okay, so Robert, I appreciate you. You've been a good friend. You're a great boxing instructor. You're a hilarious dude. Keep throwing them hands, brother.
Yeah, what up, Robert?
Yeah, he's the man.
He's a good dude.
What was the other legend you were thinking?
I was going to do hunter-gatherers because I found out they only work 35-hour work weeks.
Go for it.
There it is. I'm done. All right. Joe, who is your beef of the week?
All right. Yeah, I've had a real problem with this for a while. My beef of the week is people that throw their cigarettes out of their car windows when they're driving. I hate that. Mm-hmm. And like today, I saw one that was like still like full burning, like it looked like a road flare that like the cops put up after like a car crash. Just smoke. I mean, with all these fires going on, you're throwing open flames out the window. I don't like that. Put it out in your car and leave it in your car, because also you can get in trouble for littering, throwing cigarettes out the window. You're not supposed to do it. I know a guy who got pulled over. So keep the cigarettes in your car, or better yet, don't smoke. And even this week too, I was talking to people about the air quality, and someone's talking to me about air quality while they're smoking the cigarette. Well, I'm just like, why am I going to talk to you? You're already breathing in the fire voluntarily. So let's not get on air quality talk here now. God. Yeah, and I get scared too when I drive over a cigarette that's burning. I feel like my car's gonna like blow up. I don't know why. I don't like fire on the road.
I hear you on that.
So let's cut it out.
I love it.
Joey Gladstone. All right.
I love it.
What is your beef of the week?
My beef of the week is with the Geico Gecko.
Whoa.
This sneaky motherfucker. He comes in all smooth with his commercials and stuff. Like, hey, I'm going to sell you auto insurance. I'm like, people are like, yeah, you have to get that. I'm like, cool. I guess I have to get this shit. So I got Geico, okay? And yeah, I'm not going to lie, guys. I got a little bit of a sideswipe situation about a month ago. Once again, Waze, I don't know who's programming Waze. Probably some, just sadistic tech fuck was like, yeah, take a left turn across a 6-lane avenue. And I'm like, this is the fastest way?
Yeah,
all right.
Somebody in Cupertino, probably.
Anyway, so I go to take a left turn, and, I make it across 3 lanes, and then this girl wasn't looking. She just swipes the front of my car. Pretty light, but then JT was with me. I had to have a call where they were talking about liability, like who's liable. And I'm like, well, obviously, she was in the suicide lane. I'm not, she crossed double yellow lines, okay? And then they have this call, and these sneaky motherfuckers, they're like, did you see her coming? I'm like, no, I was looking for oncoming traffic to make this left turn that these nerds at Waze told me to do. And they got me with they're like, well, since you didn't see her coming, you're at fault because you didn't see her coming. I'm just like, Gecko, you're supposed to be my friend, and then you guys come in with your sneaky calls, trying to figure out liability,
Your insurance got you on liability?
They got me on it.
They're supposed to be getting the other person.
Yeah.
Whose side are they on?
Yeah. Well, maybe that's how it actually worked out, but maybe they're trying to help me up. I don't know, but the guy didn't sound helpful at all.
He didn't sound like he was trying to
help you. If you're at fault, you're the one who's gonna pay the most.
That call was brutal. I had to put my headphones in.
I know. I'm like, sorry, I have to look at directions during this call. And the guy's like, so what's going on here?
He did that thing that like deans do where they always repeat what you just said. You're like, yeah, so I think I exited the lane like 40 feet shy of the light. He's like, okay, so you're saying you exited the lane 40 feet shy of the light. Is that correct?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah. And he's like, well, if you did that when you entered the other lane, were there cars in front of you? And it's all in this tone where it's like you feel like you're going to be trapped if you say the wrong thing.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, obviously she crossed the double yellow lines because she was going to make a left turn on Cahuenga. I was on the next block over. He's like, why would she go cross over to make a left turn that early? I'm like, dude, it's like 50 feet. He's like, I'm looking at the map. Doesn't look like 50 feet. So I went to the goddamn intersection. I took a photo. I'm like, it's nothing.
What is he on Google Earth during the call?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Those guys at Waze probably fucked me over again.
These guys got a drone over there.
Yeah.
Because you called out Waze.
Yeah, because I called out. Yeah, dude. So
I offloaded Waze.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, you
still
did?
on my phone, but it's offloaded.
I'm a Google Maps guy now.
done with it.
Yeah, so maybe my beef of the week is just with insurance in general, you know? Or just high costs or just liability, you know? Why can't we all just, like, have an apple pie and watch Air Force One together, you know? Why do we have to figure out liability?
Yeah, I had apple pie a la mode Sunday night. It was really good.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. So, yeah, that's my beef.
My beef
What's
of
your
the
beef?
week is specific to the NFL. And, you know, you've been hearing about it, but enough is enough. Michael Bennett, get some regular shoulder pads. I'm sick of it. The guy's got he's wearing like less than kicker's pads. He's wearing kicker's pads that a 9-year-old kicker would wear. They go barely to like the starting point of his clavicle, and he's got his jersey rolled up where you see his traps. Like he's literally rolled up his jersey where it looks like he's wearing a tank top, and he's not wearing the proper attire or equipment, and it looks bad out there. It looks bad.
Has he addressed it?
I don't know. Not enough people are talking about it. Get in there and ask the tough questions. Why are you wearing your shoulder pads like that? I'm sure it gives him some arm
Seems like it's not safe.
flexibility so he can move more easily. Yeah, he's just tackling guys with his regular shoulder.
Yeah, I feel like you could hurt your collarbone
And
pretty easily if it falls wrong.
I'm sure it's good for hand fighting and it gives you a little quicker burst off the line. I don't think that's why he's doing it. I think he likes the way he looks, and that's why he's doing it. And it doesn't look good.
Tell him.
It's an aesthetic eyesore. Get it out. All right, guys, let's do our quote of the week. Joe, you don't have one ready. I can already tell.
You
by your
didn't tell
face.
me that.
It was in the email.
Oh.
Chad, do you have one ready? Mm-hmm. My dog. Chad, what is your quote of the week?
My quote of the week comes from the song Hip to Be Square by Huey Lewis.
Nice.
If you guys don't know it,
I
hip
know-
to be square.
I know the song, yeah.
Hip to be square.
Yeah, my parents have the album.
Fuck yeah. So he goes, I'm working out most every day and watching what I eat. They tell me that it's good for me, but I don't even care. I know that it's crazy. I know that it's nowhere, but there's no denying that it's hip to be square. And I like the message, you know? It's like you can be cool and still take care of yourself, you know? You don't have to be, some like, fucker on the couch just like chilling and being like, I'm too cool for anything. You can take care of yourself. You can be healthy. You can eat right. You can hop on that treadmill and still be the coolest dude around because guess what, guys? It's hip to be square.
You know what? That's cool because I never thought of the song that's the meaning that. Because I grew up listening to it, like when I was a kid, I thought it's hip to be like square, the shape. So I thought. So,
Yeah.
because you don't know what square is when you're little.
Yeah, there's two meanings.
My quote of the week is from the book Sapiens, where the author, Yuval Noah Harari, writes this: biology enables, culture forbids. I don't know what that means exactly, but to me, what it means is most of what we want to do and feels instinctive to us is actually okay, and culture tells us that it's wrong. But culture's just trying to make you feel bad about things so you'll act in a way that's more predictable. You don't have to do that. As long as you're communicating, you can do weird shit.
Follow your dong.
All right, I got one. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans.
JL, baby.
Oh, yeah, that was John Lennon. Yeah, you're right. Oh, you knew that one?
Did you just look up quotes?
Yes.
And that's what popped up?
Yeah, this was the second one. I thought it would be good.
Guys, I think we did it.
Yeah, we gotta read ads.
Let's read some ads. Stokers, I got a big date after the podcast today. My first date with this girl. You guys think it's going to go well?
Dude, totally.
Yeah,
I think me and this
so.
girl are going to end up dating.
I think you're gonna have an amazing
Dates at
connection.
11 a.m. usually work out.
No, it's at noon.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think we're going to end up dating. But you missed me last time I had a girlfriend.
No, I miss her. I like her, but
What just happened?
That's nice.
Why is my headphones on?
Something's going on. Maybe it's where I moved the laptop.
There we
Yeah, it's so weird.
go. Dude, I think I saw you guys meet. You know, there's sparks.
You're the one who convinced me to get her number.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we met on the street. I just started talking to her, and then as we were walking away, I was like, man, she was cute. And then Chad was like, go get her number. And I
Yeah,
was like,
sometimes you need that.
I was like, that's
someone to
my
help you.
dog.
You need that coaching.
Remember in Phoenix when I was being a big pussy?
Yeah.
And I like kept walking out. You're like, just go in there. She had a boyfriend, but I was pretty pumped after.
Of course. Just so you put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Well, Joe's got love on the horizon.
Oh yeah, yeah. Joe, you're on 2 days, is it?
Here's my new quote of the week. Quoting Joe, he went on a date with this girl that they've been circling each other for a while. He was staring at her. She said, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
And Joe was thinking this. I'm thinking what it would be like to date you. But he didn't say that
I
to her.
didn't say that.
What did you
Yeah.
tell her? Nothing.
I said nothing. Yeah,
But that's what you were thinking.
absolutely.
Dude, you fucking.
Well, I don't want to put my cards out just yet.
Yeah,
you
good
know?
call.
You play him close to the vest.
Yeah, I mean, what am I going to show my hand already? I don't know her all that well. I'm not throwing it all out there right away.
I already told this girl I'm meeting today that I love her.
I'm playing a couple more hands first.
What
See you at lunch. I love you.
See you at lunch. I love you. Let's get a timeline set.
Into this woman.
Yeah, you're very into her.
Dude, I'm excited for you.
It's nice to see you enamored.
You still have the same face, like. But
Yeah,
I can sense the energy inside.
Can I tell you something else I like about this person? She's
What?
passionate.
I don't know her at all. I
She's
need to meet her.
Colombian.
Oh, JT.
I think that's part of the reason Joe's so effective at talking to her. I've kind of gotten him used to talking to Colombian
Oh yeah,
people.
you're Colombian. Oh jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's going to be fiery. And you're like ice and she's like fire.
Opposites
Yeah.
attract.
A song of fire and ice.
That's polarity, baby.
I like that. Yeah.
But Joe, she's from your workplace.
Okay, we're really getting into it here.
Is that any sort of conflict for you?
Well, yeah, that's part of the. That's one of the cons. Yeah, that's kind of something I've been teetering with, and wondering if it's worth maybe feeling uncomfortable there.
Is the juice worth the squeeze?
Yeah.
What's the next date? Where are you guys going next?
I don't know.
Bowling?
We'll see.
I'd be shocked if you didn't have a 250 average at bowling.
Dude, yeah.
I don't. I think I suck. I haven't done it. in
What?
years.
That's shocking.
I think my dad's a good bowler. I don't know. We don't
course.
really do it though. It's not.
I feel like you'd be an awesome bowler.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like
no, I don't know. I don't think I ever got over 200.
I
I
feel
think
like
I got like 150 once.
I feel like we'd play a game and he'd be like, "Yeah, chicken, whatever the term is." Is that what it is?
Turkey.
Turkey's
Yeah.
3 strikes in a row.
Yeah, turkey. Then you just sit down and you'd have a Bud Light or Bud Heavy. Are you Bud Light or Bud Heavy guy?
I like both though.
But you're more of a Coors guy.
I like Coors Banquet. Yeah.
You
Oh yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
But yeah, I like.
I didn't
Bud
know it was
Light.
called Banquet. And
Yeah, you
Joe
didn't know
told
that.
me, like, he was like my big brother and I didn't know what, like, sex was. He's like, you don't know it's called Coors Banquet?
Yeah, original Coors. You knew it's called the Banquet,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Obviously.
Damn.
Right.
You hit me with the of course.
I don't know where you've
Damn.
been.
Yeah, I had to do it, dude.
Dude, I'm
Where-
such a rook.
Where you
had
been,
to-
man?
I don't know.
Yellow can. That's banquet, dog.
Dude, my dirty secret is I'm not that well versed in alcohol. I mean, I'm well versed in being drunk, but I don't know my shit. What, real quick, like hunter gatherers, I don't think they really cared about like goals and stuff like that. They just wanted to like eat, sleep, and like fuck. You know what I mean? And hang out with their pod of people. So at some point, goals got injected into like our evolutionary psychology.
Yeah.
How important are goals to you?
I love goals.
Me too.
They keep me. They're like my North Star. They keep me going.
Yeah, that's how you. Yeah, if you don't have goals, what are you living for? Yeah, goals are everything.
But what if you were living just to live? I think that's what the hunter gatherers were doing.
Yeah, because we're kind of. Well, I guess having goals, yeah, it's like you get caught in the rat race of life, but
But I can't even
it's
think about
also
living
it's
life
also
without goals.
positive motivation. Yeah, in this society that we have today, you have to have goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, maybe society was changed a little bit, but I just like, whenever I'm just like, even on like vacation or downtime, too much downtime, I get like restless. I'm just like,
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't like this.
What am I working towards?
Yeah.
Is it? But and also, is that an American thing?
Maybe, but I mean, they say like,
But I love that. I love America.
they say like, yeah, living is like eating and drinking, and I'm like, but that stuff all kind of makes you feel shitty in the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, oh, you just eat and you just drink wine all the time, and I'm like, yeah, then you're gonna feel like dog shit for the rest of the next day.
Yeah, it's
Right.
not.
But do you feel like dog shit because of the physical aspects, or do you feel like dog shit because you're like, I'm not getting closer to my goals?
I think, well, one, the physical, and then if you have goals, then that compounds it.
Yeah. Joe, thank you for doing the pod today.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank
for
you for
coming on,
having
Joe.
me. Yeah, it was
You're a late replacement.
A lot of
but
fun.
You're a super sub.
glad I could come out of the pen and strike some guys out.
You're always dependable.
Yeah, you're the best. I love you, Joe.
I love you.
Thanks, love you guys.
Should I do Ridge Wallet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, we are sponsored by Ridge Wallet. The Ridge is a minimalistic front pocket wallet that helps you reevaluate your everyday carry. Launched by a father-son team and funded on Kickstarter in 2013, the Ridge now resides in the pockets of over 250,000 men and women. The RFID blocking wallet is made by two metal plates, either titanium, carbon fiber, or aluminum, bound together by a durable elastic band. Me and Chad have been wearing these around, and guys, they are perfect. They're efficient, and they fit nice into tight jeans. I don't have to worry about having a big, bulky wallet in my front pocket that makes my jeans look awkward. This fits right in there and keeps my aesthetic sleek, cool, and not an eyesore. So thank you very much, Ridge. We're stoked to be sponsored by you.
Yeah, dudes, and I'm not just saying this because they're our sponsor. I've been telling everyone about my Ridge wallet because it is a lifesaver. I used to have a big, bulky wallet. Hurt my ass, dude. Now I put this in my front pocket. Minimalistic. I'm all about minimalism.
And then get 10% off today with free worldwide shipping by going to ridgewallet.com/Chad. That's ridgewallet.com/Chad.
It's deep now.
Damn. All right, dudes, get 10% off today with free worldwide shipping by going to ridgewallet.com/deep. That's ridgewallet.com/deep and use code DEEP. Link in description. All right. Thank you, Ridge.
Thank you, guys. That's episode 45 for Going Deep with Chad and JT. Thank you, Joe, for coming in, for being a beast, and gracing us with your hog. Sorry to keep talking about your hog. Thank you guys so much. Keep writing in. I think we're going to do a call-in episode. So all call-in episode. So that's what's happening with that. And check out the Patreon. Patreon.com/ShadGoesDeep.
And think about those calls. Make them succinct when you call in so we can keep this thing moving.
Yeah. All right, later, dudes.
Thanks, guys.
If you need advice, these guys